There is a place in your home that's already influencing your future. Not through luck, not through fate, but through unseen energy. And when you place just 3 cloves in that exact spot, something begins to shift. Quietly, invisibly, but powerfully. In the Shaolin tradition, nothing is random. Every step, every breath, every gesture has weight, meaning. And the masters knew the physical world mirrors your inner world. That's why monks swept the same stone path every morning. Not because it was dirty, but because it trained the soul. Movement becomes meditation. Placement becomes intention. Now, let's be clear. Cloves aren't magical. They won't make money fall from the sky. But when placed with awareness, they become a tool, a key to unlock a deeper force already within you. In this video, you'll learn why this tiny act, placing 3 cloves in a specific location, can become a spiritual trigger, a declaration to the universe that you're ready. Not just for wealth, but for alignment, discipline, and energetic clarity. We'll explore ancient symbolism behind cloves, why the number 3 is sacred in Shaolin teachings, and how space, silence, and intention are the real forces behind transformation. Most people think wealth begins with action, but true masters know it begins with stillness, with the energy you carry when no one is watching. That's what we're unlocking today. So stay with me until the end, because this isn't about superstition, it's about subtle mastery. What you'll discover may change how you see every object, every room, every moment. This is Shaolin Soulfire. If you walk with us on this path, subscribe and return to your center. The journey begins now. Some things in life speak louder in silence. A single clove, dry and small, carries a memory older than most languages. It carries fire. Not the kind that burns buildings, but the kind that clears space. The kind that awakens the unseen. Clove has been used for centuries. Not just in kitchens, but in temples. In Taoist medicine, it was more than a herb. It was heat, breath, movement. In Buddhist rituals, it purified rooms before meditation. The scent wasn't just pleasant, it shifted energy. It stirred the stagnant. It opened blocked channels. It brought clarity where there was confusion. The Shaolin monks understood this well. Before training, before stillness, they would often cleanse the space, not to please the gods, but to clear the mind, to signal to the body, now we begin. When you place 3 cloves in your space, you sit not decorating. You sit making a choice. You sit speaking, without words, to the hidden energies around you and within you. You sit saying, I am ready to release what no longer serves. I am ready to stop carrying the past. Clove cuts through what's heavy. Mental fog, emotional noise, that dull feeling when your life feels paused, but you don't know why. You may not see it, but your environment reflects your state. Dust in the room, clutter on the table. They mirror clutter in the soul. 3 cloves, one for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind. Each placed with care, each saying clear the fog, burn through the noise, open the channel. There is no magic in the object, only in the intention, only in the presence you bring to it. And when your presence is pure, everything around you begins to shift. Even the air knows. In Shaolin, nothing is chosen by accident. Not the step, not the breath, not even the number. 3 is not just a number. It is a map, mind, body, and spirit. 3 dimensions of your being, always in motion, often out of sync. When they move together, life flows. When they clash, nothing moves. Not health, not peace, not wealth. Placing 3 cloves is not a superstition. It's a symbol. 1 clove for the thoughts you carry, 1 for the emotions that live beneath them, 1 for the quiet pulse of your energy, deeper than either mind or heart. Together they become a reminder. Bring yourself back into one place, one moment. Most people chase wealth in fragments. The mind wants more. The body is tired. The spirit is forgotten. So even when success comes, it feels hollow, or it slips through the hands like sand. The monks trained to prevent this division. Every movement of the body trained the mind. Every breath in meditation opened the spirit. They understood real power doesn't come from intensity, it comes from alignment. When all three parts of you are pointed in the same direction, things begin to happen, quietly at first, then unmistakably. So when you place 3 cloves, do it slowly, not as a trick, but as a declaration. This is me, coming back into myself. No more division, no more delay. Because wealth, true wealth, does not respond to chaos. It responds to presence. It responds to those who are whole. In a world that pulls you apart, this small act becomes a quiet return, a gathering of your energy, a silent, steady yes to becoming the kind of person life wants to reward. There is no such thing as an ordinary place, only an ordinary state of mind. In the Shaolin tradition, the sacred isn't found in temples alone. It's found in how you walk, how you sit, where you place your focus. A monk could turn a quiet corner into a place of power, not because of the corner, but because of the presence he brought to it. So when you place these 3 cloves, don't ask, where should I put them for best results? Ask instead, where can I place my attention fully? Maybe it's the doorway you cross every morning where new energy enters. Maybe it's the desk where your ideas are born. Maybe it's beneath your pillow where your mind softens and drifts into deeper realms. The location is not what holds power. Your awareness does. Where attention goes, energy flows. And energy doesn't lie. If you place the cloves with half a mind, rushed, distracted, they carry nothing. But if you pause, breathe, and place them with care, even the smallest space becomes activated. It begins to respond. This is the hidden teaching. The universe mirrors you. It doesn't reward careless rituals, it rewards presence. A small, simple act, done with full intention, can shift more than hours of unfocused effort. That's why Shaolin monks sweep the same floor every day, not to remove dust, but to sharpen presence, to turn a chore into a ritual, a space into a center, a moment into a gateway. Choose your spot. Stand still. Let your awareness fill the space. Then place the cloves, not to manipulate life, but to signal your readiness for it. Attention is the offering, and when it's true, life listens. The world doesn't respond to scattered energy, it responds to clarity. You could place 1,000 cloves in every corner of your house. But if your mind is restless, your spirit heavy, your actions lazy, nothing moves. The ritual becomes noise, just another attempt to force life to give you something you're not truly aligned with. Shaolin monks understood this. Before they moved, they trained the mind. Before they trained the body, they purified intention. Because a wandering mind weakens everything. Even the strongest technique means little if the will behind it is broken. To them, intention was not just thought, it was precision, focus, a blade sharpened daily. Every movement had a reason, every gesture was conscious. Even when tying a sash or drinking tea, their presence filled the act. That's what made their lives magnetic. Not the robe, not the title, but the way they met each moment with full awareness. If you perform a ritual to escape your life, it carries the weight of fear. If you perform it to demand results, it carries the energy of greed. But if you perform it with stillness, trust, and commitment to inner growth, then it becomes something else entirely. It becomes a signal to the universe. I'm not here to beg. I'm here to embody. This is the path of discipline. Not discipline as force, but as refinement. You remove what's unnecessary. You cut through the noise. You stand in one place with one thought, and you hold it, not with strain, but with quiet power. The ritual begins to work when you begin to work. Not harder, not faster, but deeper, with intention sharp enough to be felt by the unseen, because that's what changes your life, not the cloves, but the clarity you place behind them. Wealth is often misunderstood. People chase coins, chase numbers, chase things, but true wealth isn't something you store, it's something you radiate. It's in the way your mind stays calm under pressure, in the way your body wakes with energy instead of heaviness, in the way opportunities seem to find you, not by luck, but by resonance. Wealth is clarity, it's vitality, it's the steady flow of life through you, and the absence of inner resistance. But there's another kind of poverty, quieter, more dangerous. It lives not in empty pockets, But in cluttered minds, it shows up in constant complaining, in comparing your path to others, in doubting your own worth. It's not about how little you have. It's about how often you leak what you already carry. The monks called this energetic poverty. It drains without you noticing. A single fearful thought, repeated daily, can cost you more than missed income. It costs you presence. It costs you life. So when you place these cloves, do it as an act of war. A silent rebellion against all the ways you've betrayed your own power. Place them not to get more, but to declare no more begging, no more fear, no more wasting time. This is not superstition. It's alignment. A signal that you're done leaking energy into stories that no longer serve you. You're not asking for wealth. You're becoming someone it can stay with. Someone whose thoughts are clean, whose emotions are steady, whose spirit is open but not desperate. Wealth doesn't just visit the ready, it stays with the refined. So place the cloves with steady hands, and let them mark the end of your inner poverty. From this moment on, you don't chase flow. You are the flow. The more you chase, the more it runs. That's the paradox most never see. People move fast, think fast, worry fast. They grip money with anxious minds, always reaching, always hungry. But the Shaolin path teaches something far more subtle. Do not reach, root. Be still, then move. Act from depth, not from panic. Stillness is not the absence of action. It's the foundation of right action. It's the pause that gives power to the next step. Without it, every move is noise, scattered, weak. But with it, your energy condenses, focus returns. The mind clears. What you do becomes charged with quiet force. This is why the monks would sit before they trained. Before the body moved, the mind was emptied, the breath slowed, the spirit settled. Only then did they rise to strike, to leap, to live, not with noise, but with inner certainty. The same applies here. When you perform this clove ritual, don't rush it. Don't do it while thinking of bills or scrolling or waiting for results. Sit first. Breathe. Let the noise drop. Then place each clove as if the whole universe is watching, because it is. That simple act, done in stillness, opens a channel. Not because the cloves are magic, but because you became magnetic. You stopped pushing. You stopped begging. You stood still long enough for wealth to find you. Most never do this. They think stillness is weakness. But in truth, it's the beginning of mastery. The moment you stop chasing and return to your center, everything starts to shift. Not because the world changed, but because you finally did. Wealth is not deaf, it's just quiet. And it listens best to those who move from stillness. Discipline is not something you do once, it's something you become. The Shaolin path was never built on single moments of inspiration. It was built on daily return to breath, return to focus, return to form. Every sunrise was a beginning, every action a chance to deepen the path. Monks didn't meditate once and expect stillness to carry them through life. They returned to the cushion daily, sometimes with joy, sometimes with resistance, but always with devotion, because they knew true transformation is slow, quiet, repetitive, but it is also unstoppable. This is why the ritual of placing 3 cloves means more than people realize. It's not a one-time spell. It's a symbol, a silent agreement between you and your higher self. Every time your eyes fall on those cloves, it's a reminder: I choose clarity. I choose discipline. I choose to stay the course, even when results are not visible, even when the mind wanders, even when the world distracts. Wealth, true wealth, flows to those who can hold a direction over time, not perfectly, but faithfully. Those who can build small acts into sacred patterns. That's how momentum builds. That's how your energy shifts, quietly, day by day. So don't rush this. Don't look for fireworks. Look for the slow fire inside you, becoming steadier each time you return. Let the cloves be your anchor, not just once, but every day. A reminder that you don't need to force wealth to appear. You only need to become someone it can trust. And becoming that person is not an event. It's a practice. One breath, one step, One small act of remembering again and again. There is wisdom in space. In the design of Shaolin temples, nothing is crammed, nothing is excessive. The walkways are wide, the halls are open, the rooms breathe. Even in silence, the space speaks. And what it says is this: clarity begins with emptiness. In Feng Shui, space isn't just background, it's energy. It's the container that holds your life. When clutter builds, energy slows. When objects pile up, so do thoughts. What surrounds you shapes you. That's why clove placement should never happen in chaos. If your room is crowded, dusty, filled with distractions, the ritual weakens, it becomes another object lost in the noise. But in a clean space, one small act carries weight, meaning sharpens, intention settles. Monks understood this deeply. Before meditation, they would sweep the floors. Before morning practice, they would open the windows. Not because the room was dirty, but because the act prepared the mind. A clean space leads to a clean state. What you remove from your surroundings, you also remove from within. This isn't just about minimalism, it's about flow. Space invites movement, air, thought, energy, and wealth. Real, flowing wealth needs room to land. So before you place the cloves, clear the space. Let that be part of the ritual. Remove what you don't need. Not just the physical, old regrets, buried anger, endless noise. Let the act of cleaning be a meditation of its own. Then, when you place the cloves, let them rest in space that is calm, still, open. Because in that openness, something stirs. You feel it, the shift, the readiness. What's empty isn't lacking, it's inviting. And life always responds to invitation. Gratitude is not the end of a journey, it is the beginning. In the Shaolin tradition, the most powerful energy isn't force, it's trust. Not blind belief, but quiet knowing, the kind that doesn't wait for proof before standing firm. When a monk bows, he does not bow to ask. He bows to acknowledge what is already in motion, the breath that fills his lungs, the ground that holds his steps, the silence that listens before he speaks. This is gratitude not as a reaction, but as alignment. So when you place the cloves, take a moment. Don't rush to hope. Don't beg. Just sit. Let the mind soften. Let the body be still. And give thanks for the help already on its way. For the unseen hands already shifting your path. Not because you have the outcome in your hand, but because you've already chosen the energy of receiving. You've already stepped into alignment with what you're asking for. Most people wait to feel grateful. They wait until life proves itself. But the